Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett.
NorCal Cap here. I'm doing my pre-production 2 Boba Fett today at San Diego Comic-Con. I decided on the pre-production 2 simply because it was the most recognizable from my childhood. This was the version that was used on all of the action figure promotional materials, the packagings, etc. It's the one that just kind of brings the initial thoughts back in my head when I think of Boba Fett. Well, my most favorite parts of this costume are the flamethrower, the very unique flamethrower with the coil. This was a scratch build for me, and it was a challenge, but it was a lot of fun. The different colored knees are actually pretty cool too. Lots of different colors on this version. The chest plates, one's a different color than the other. The blaster's unique. It was never used in the film, but it was used obviously for the pre-production. It was 3D printed by Cosplay Corpse. The helmet itself has a lot of damage, and it was a lot of work painting it and getting the damage and all of it proportioned and accurate. But as you can see, it does have some really gnarly markings on it. Has some faint chipping with pink, the famous pink color that all the guys on the Denon helmet, whoever attempt this, would debate about what shade it actually is. I still don't know. I just matched it as best I could. And then the jumpsuit itself, it has a bluish gray hue. It was sent to me by Arcadia off the Denon helmet, and we designed it specifically to fit a little more snug, because the PP2 has kind of a snug fit compared to the other versions. And then I did the dyeing and the coloring, color correcting of it once I got it. The armor here was done by Imperial Outpost Armory. I got the kit completely raw, unpainted. It was trimmed, I cleaned it up, prepped it, sanded it, etc. And I did all the paint work on this costume, all the weathering work on this costume, and all the assembly on this costume of all the different pieces. So the armor, gauntlets, and knees, shoulder bells, everything you see that's attached to my body was done by Imperial Outpost Armory. The jetpack was a Man of War Studios raw kit, and then the helmet was purchased off of Etsy. It's a GMH helmet, and again, I did all the work on that as well. In selecting this, you know, I didn't quite understand how rare of a kit this version is. It's not a highly popular version, which means there's just the reference photos from back in the early 80s and late 70s that are available on it, and a handful of guys worldwide, probably less than 5, or at least less than 10 for sure, that have ever even done it, that I, would try to reach out to get information, advice, and tips. It's a fairly uncommon version, but every time people see it, they instantly like it, just because of the way that it's designed and just how different it is from all the others. And I think that's what really makes it unique.